So obviously, with all the advertisements of Manon Fiorot versus Erin Blanchfield, if you watch the ESPN fight nights, they've actually been picking some really solid main events when we're not having pay-per-views. But as far as advertisement go, it's okay. But I don't think this is going to be a close fight at all. Now, I think Manon Fiorot is definitely the number one contender that Blanchfield has faced so far. Highest caliber fighter. Manon's last win was over Rose Namajunas in UFC Paris. A lot of people thought that was a robbery. I really thought that since Rose was fighting that fight with one hand basically and still was able to do that to Manon, I thought that had there been two hands on Rose Namajunas, I think we would have been seeing a different story. Maybe. After seeing Rose Namajunas fight Amanda Ribas, it just kind of felt like those combos were a little stiff and just she wasn't on top of her game as much. It could just be father time catching up to Rose. But Manon, on the other hand, did get the win, did get her hand raised. She just hasn't really faced many people with that level of caliber that I think Erin Blanchfield has, or at least when she does, because she has fought some pretty interesting. She's fought Buena Silva. She's fought Rose. I think those are some of the bigger names she's faced down. But Blanchfield has been going from decision fights to finishing her opponent once she gets him down on the ground. Now, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, Fiorot can possibly win. Everyone who steps into that thing has a puncher's chance. But Blanchfield is just this boogie woman in the division where I feel like this is just a setup just to justify getting Blanchfield to the title to face down Alexa Grasso. Because I think Alexa Grasso will definitely be a tougher challenge by far for whoever gets that fight for the title. However, I still think Blanchfield is a heavy favorite. I mean, if you want to make money, something out of nothing, I'd bet on Manon just in case. Like maybe throw $5. You might get like $50 back by the end of it. But I really do think Blanchfield's going to finish this fight in probably 1 or 2 round submissions, just because, man, Blanchfield has an iron psyche. We saw so with Molly McCann when Molly McCann was taunting her, and she was the one who ran through Molly like she was nothing. And then she's just been doing it. She did to J.J. Aldrich also. Well, she did that before she faced down Molly. Then she just went for, I think it was Jessica Andrade was her last fight, and she finished Andrade in, 2 rounds. So, yeah, Blanchfield has just been facing people down. Now, honestly, I like to see Mackenzie Dern move up to 125 and face down Blanchfield just to see who's got the better jiu-jitsu and MMA, because Blanchfield definitely does have some striking. And I think as long as Blanchfield has not slept on the striking game at all and just continues to work that, because her ground game's already solid enough to win against Manon Fiorot if she gets her on the ground. We don't know how good the takedown defense of Manon is. We don't know how good the hands really are of Manon. They could just be underrated because we haven't seen the top caliber, or she hasn't come out on a good night. There's a lot of things we could possibly be sleeping on. I'm not saying that for sure Blanchfield's going to win this fight. I never like to say that with any certainty, but I'd say that her odds of winning this are probably 1 in 10. Just because, like I said, all of Blanchfield's opponents have melted under Blanchfield, and I feel like Blanchfield, if she doesn't get cocky, which she doesn't tend to get cocky, she's there to show up, fight, get the belts, be a good rep for the division. I honestly feel like she might be someone who's going to pass up the likes of Valentina Shevchenko or something like that, because I see with Blanchfield, if she wins tonight, she's going to go up against Alexa Grasso next for that title. I think she's going to skip over Valentina Shevchenko, more than likely, and then she is going to get the belt from Grasso. And if she's able to beat Grasso, then I think maybe she defends her belt for the first time against Shevchenko. And she might beat Shevchenko also, just because that jiu-jitsu is super solid. It's not matched. I don't think we've ever seen that good of a jiu-jitsu practitioner at 125. We got Mackenzie Dern at 115, but at 125, definitely Blanchfield is the it person right now. So I don't see that. I don't see a reason why Blanchfield shouldn't win this fight. I could be wrong. No one thought that Duplessis was going to beat Whitaker. No one thought that what was his name? Sean Strickland was going to beat Israel Adesanya. So there could always be upsets. But heavy underdog is Fiorot. Betting favorite, definitely Blanchfield. So let's see where this goes. And I'll see you on the next one.